Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy the Chief, aka the Chef, aka the 10 gem El Primo, who is your teammate and jumps into the enemy spawn and dies and loses the game, bringing you another episode of Brawl Stars, where inside of today's video we're going to be playing the brawler that I think is the most overrated brawler inside the entire game. But before we kick things off, there was a pretty massive announcement today that Supercell ended up releasing, where there will be a new Brawl Talk coming out sometime soon. And if you take a peek at this photo right here, it looks like we're going to be seeing a brand new brawler already inside of the entire game. I'm super stoked for this. Obviously, Brawl Talk is something that people look forward to so often because they announce all of the new stuff that comes out inside of the game. Clearly, it looks like we're getting a new brawler, but there's so much more stuff in store that I can't wait to reveal and to be able to share with you guys. But let's go ahead and get ready for that massive Brawl Talk coming soon, and hopefully there will be a new update coming our way. Now, inside of today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the brawler who I think is super overrated right now, and maybe that's because I think, I tilted pretty badly using this brawler. But anyways, let's go and hop into that right now. And of course, make sure you guys are subscribed for all of that new Brawl Stars update news. And I'm going to be posting on my channel whenever we get the green light. Okay, so going to that brawler, I think it has to be Shelly. I know so many people pick up Shelly in the very beginning of the game and they just start spamming Shelly. They see her super, which is one of the best supers inside of the entire game. And Shelly, honestly, is such a beast when it comes to 1v1 combat. But when you take a look at Shelly in a nutshell, Shelly in a nutshell, that's funny. Well, she honestly doesn't stack up too well against so many different brawlers depending on the mode you play. In fact, I would argue that Shelly, really her best mode would be Brawl Ball inside the game, and then certain maps on Solo Showdown. But besides that, especially as you rank up and you gain trophies, you can really struggle with Shelly. And as you can see, I tilted 51 trophies on my Shelly, playing a bunch of Showdown and a bunch of different gem grabs. So I'm going to go and hop in and use Shelly today. But honestly, I feel like people think that Shelly's like a top 6, a top 7 brawler inside of the game. And for me, I don't think she's really close. I think she would have to be a bottom half brawler inside of the game. Of course, you can use her and have success on certain maps and modes. And don't get me wrong, her 1v1 potential when she has her super is probably the best inside of the entire game. But besides that, especially on certain maps and modes, and especially when you lag out, just like I did right there, things can get a little bit brutal. And wow. Okay, well, we're going to just lag out a storm right here. Hopefully that's fixed in whatever they're announcing inside of Brawl Talk. But already this map is looking pretty good. Now, one thing about Shelly on this gem grab map that's really good is that you can hold things down towards the very center and make them run through and try to put in some work. And as you can see, they always tend to get pretty greedy and they end up taking a big fat L, and that's going to be a super nice start to this game. I'm going to let them 2-on-1 that bow, and then for me, I can just sort of kick it on the outside right here. Looks like this Rico is going to try to bounce some shots and see if he can get something going. And yeah, we're sort of just going to be hanging out. That's going to be a bow running right into our face, an easy super kill right there. Another Jessie over here who's going to end up biting the dust, and we're looking pretty solid right now. Trying to avoid some of those shots from that Rico right there, but with 3,700 HP, we've got enough HP to go in, and hopefully this will be one of those rare matches where we pick up an easy oh, okay, guys, this is like a very atypical match using Shelly, but we're going to end up just clobbering everyone as they stack together for my super. Even as we lag out, we're taking a pretty easy dub right here. That should be GG well played. And with 10 gems on the Jessie, I don't really see what else the opponent's going to end up doing. Rico's got a couple of gems. I think they're Jessie. Oh, yeah, Jessie's just in spawn right now. She's really just living and loving her life. Yeah, I think that one just didn't work out too well from them yet. And that's going to be GG well played for a pretty easy victory. Now, Shelly on this map, especially on gem grab, does succeed if you can use her to get into the bushes on the top side near your opponent's spawn. Basically, it makes it to where your opponents are sort of scared to hop into the spawn and put in some work. And for us, we were able to really control that side of the map and put in work. But don't get me wrong, whenever you go against these long range brawlers, these Pipers, these Brocks, these Spikes, these whoever else's, you generally find yourself having a pretty bad time. Now, looking at this next matchup right here, I think this one's going to be a little bit more solid for us, except for the Poco. The Poco is going to be a little bit annoying. But besides the Poco, we should have a pretty decent chance of putting in some work right here. I'm going to take a lot of Jessie shots, so I'm going to need to tick back and try to figure something out. I guess our Mortis ended up going down. I don't really see him on the map right now unless, oh yeah, he's on the top hand side. Looks like they're, I almost said Frank. I didn't say it. Oh, it looks like their Daryl's going to go ahead and run on through. We'll pick up the gem right there. Mortis still trying to clobber that Poco right there. We're going to end up taking that final hit. Jessie's going to drop her turret, and hopefully Mortis can get away with those 4 gems, but now that's going to make him a very spicy target, and that Frank, that Daryl is going to get dominated. Guys, I have an issue. I don't know why. These brawlers literally are almost nothing alike, and for some reason, I just can't help but say them together. Let's keep it moving though. Poco's gonna go ahead and get hit by a couple of shots, just charging up our super again. And once this map gets a little bit more wide open and some of these bushes get taken out, it turns into a little bit more difficult of a game. Looks like they'll have their Daryl roll on in and put in some work. Wow, we're taking so much damage right here. Yeah, not really able to do much with that Poco just raining down shots. The Daryl is rolling in on this Mortis as well as the Jessie. This Daryl is gonna have a really good time against both of those brawlers. And honestly, for us, someone has to dodge these Jessie shots, or else the whole team is gonna face the consequences. Now they have a turret. Our Jessie really needs to shoot that turret if we want to be able to do something. Mortis is running on through. Jessie's finally going to be able to take that turret out. Very nicely done. Mortis is going to keep running in. We've got to stay concerned though, because he does have basically all of our gems. And speaking of all of the gems, that's going to be so many gems for your boy right here. Oh, 10 gems for the Chief. Let's go. Easy victory in the very end. And that's when you just got to spin on the haters. Oh man, that one, we're so close to not working out for us. You know, that worked. You know, I didn't say Shelly was a bad brawler. I'm just saying that she tends to be pretty overrated inside of a lot of modes. I see so many people playing Shelly. Listen, if you guys are someone who just started out Brawl Stars and you love playing Shelly and Shelly is your main, that's awesome. And I'm glad you found a brawler that you loved. But I know there's a lot of people who just only, literally, they have like 700 trophies total in their account and they have a 400 trophy Shelly. And they play Shelly in these big, wide open gem grab modes that don't work out. The only reason this is working with Shelly today is because this map is made for Shelly. You can use the bushes to your advantage and really just snake around in the grass and put in some work. But let's go and keep rolling on through right here. Brock's gonna end up starting to tag up. Oh yeah, that's not good with this Shelly right here. And I think this is where our luck is probably gonna come to an end, because they've got a pretty decent comp for being able to take us out. That Brock was super long range. The Shelly obviously being a counter to our Mortis. This one can look pretty ugly. I think honestly, if we want to win this, we really need our Jessie to carry the team. Looks like that's not going to happen on first take right there, and Shelly will sort of use her super right there. I think that was more or less a waste, but with 2 gems, I'm going to start baiting out this Brock. And honestly, maybe we can put on our dancing shoes in this one and be able to figure something out. But we've got to get a little bit of control of this, the enemy's bush, just to be sure that we can sort of sneak around and maybe put in some work. Okay, this is where we can really shine right now. I'm in the enemy jungle, you can almost say right now, and I'm sneaking my way on through. Hopefully this Jessie doesn't know that I'm here and I can just blast her the moment I get a little bit close. That's gonna be beautiful against that Jessie. Brock is right here. That's what I'm talking about, for some easy work being put in. But now we need to get away from the Shelly. This is okay. Wait, Shelly has 5 gems? What? I thought we had all the gems. We blasted their team, but it didn't work out in the end. Huh. All right, well, we got bush control, but it still didn't matter for us. We do need to keep playing aggressively towards these gems right here. Shelly, wow, she's gonna put in a lot of damage right there. I'm gonna heal up in a moment. Hopefully Brock isn't able to tag us up. Looks like the turret's gonna miss most of its shots as well, and we're hanging on by a thread. It looks like this Brock's gonna go forward though. I'm gonna go in onto this Brock and see if we can just clean him up for an easy gem right there. Looks like they're at 9 gems for their team. One more gem will give them the countdown, and yeah, I don't think this one's gonna look too well for us. Honestly, in the end, it was Shelly on Shelly combat, and it looks like their Shelly came out on top for us. I think a little bit of a rough matchup with our Mortis facing that Shelly, and with Jessie, looks like she got tagged up on the other side. Wow, 10 gems on the map right now. Brock rolling through. That turret is putting in so much work, and with this Brock trying to go in, we did end up snagging a bunch right there. Ooh, almost able to get out. Mortis gonna take a bunch of gems and hit the road running. That's going to be a countdown for our team? What in the world? Jessie's going to go through. Mortis obviously cannot contest that Shelly right there. I'm going to try to contest that Shelly. That's a couple of shots rolling through. Ugh, so close to getting the job done. But I just don't think this one was meant to be. Wait, what? Man, my team must be going ham right now if we're picking up all of this. Looks like their Brock is rolling through. Our Mortis is a legend. There is nothing else to say about our Mortis except he is an absolute legend. 13 gems. Wow, I got completely carried by this Mortis is a serious legend of the game right now. We're gonna blast that turret down so she doesn't get any easy access there. I'm gonna run in towards this Brock because Brock is the only one we need to care about right now. That's gonna be GG, well played. What a victory right there from the team. That was insane. I died twice without seeing what was going on in the enemy spawn. Our Mortis seriously went legendary to clean that one up in style. That's a nice victory, and we're 3 for 3 on today. Maybe if I call more brawlers overrated, we're gonna find ourselves picking up more wins. But guys, that's a really nice dub right there, and we'll see what happens You know, obviously if they're doing a Brawl Talk, you would suspect that there's a new update coming out sometime soon, unless they're announcing that they're like killing the game, which I hope would not be the case. But hopefully with balancing changes, we'll see a lot of different stuff. I know people have been calling for a Crow buff forever. I just made a video on how Crow was, you know, basically the weakest brawler inside of the entire game. We've got a bunch of other changes. Obviously we have some really strong brawlers like Daryl. I keep trying to say Frank, but Daryl's a really strong brawler. There's so many more that we can see if they really touch up on, but let's go and keep running on forward right now. Looks like we'll end up tagging them up a bit. Their Shelly is going to put in some work in that bush though, and we really need to make sure that we help the rest of our team out. All right, we do have our super now. We did give up bush control, which is a little bit rough. I'm going to run in. Hopefully this Shelly doesn't get onto this Jessie right now. That's going to be, wow, we're going to blast that Shelly just because it looks like they lost focus right there. Let's keep going forward. Mortis is getting ready. That's going to be big damage from us though. We're so close to killing that Poco, and in the end, it looks like, oh, Mortis will be able to kill that Tara. Wow. That was clutch. These games have been so close and so close to killing that Poco on our end, but fortunately, Mortis able to take out that Tara right there. I need to focus on this Shelly to make sure that we can really keep our eyes on her so she doesn't destroy our Mortis. Looks like we're at 7 gems so far. The Jessie super is going to go the Shelly super is going to go so wrong right there. Our Mortis throwing his super in the ring, and with 8 gems for our team. Looks like we're in a decent spot, but if I lag out like that, it's not going to last very long. Okay, 8 gems. 8 gems. Enemy has 3. Let's go ahead and just reset right now and find ourselves in a better place. Looks like our Jessie is going to be able to tag them up. Our Mortis going so aggressive. Will bait out the Poco super. Will bait out the Tara super. That's not very good for their team. Let's go and just blast forward. Oh, so close to dying. Oh. I'm going to die in the end, but Mortis with 10 gems is going to put in some work right there. And guys, what a legend of the game. Mortis, GG, well played. Thanks for just carrying the load right there. Obviously, we put in a little work against that Shelly, but in the end, that's going to be a GG, well played. And that's what I'm talking about, going 4 for 4 on today. Shout out to my boy JJJ and Israel Sands for putting in some work. Now, guys, let me know what you guys want to see inside of the next Brawl Stars update inside of the comment section below. And let me know what you think about Shelly. Personally, for me, although I did win 4 straight today, which is definitely a feels good, man, I think Shelly is one of the more overrated brawlers inside of the game. If you guys are only playing Shelly right now and you think she's one of the best brawlers in the world, try yourself Anita, who's the 2nd brawler you unlock inside of the game, and so many other brawlers who are top tier, and you're gonna find yourself having a lot of fun. Shelly can definitely still work in certain modes, especially gem grab matches like this, which might be one of her best gem grab matches that's available, but otherwise, stay concerned inside of certain modes, and please, don't play her on Bounty when it's just a completely open map and she gets destroyed by Piper. That's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you guys subscribe for more update info coming in sometime soon. Until next time.